This is Sunday Sports Buzz, and I'm your host, Charlie Voelker. It's time for our SEFCU Sunday Sit Down. This week, we have a gentleman who was right in my wheelhouse for collecting his baseball card, mimicking his batting stance, and him being the cleanup hitter on my wiffle ball team when I was the Red Sox and my neighbor was the Yankees. Today, we have two-time All-Star and member of the prestigious Boston Red Sox Hall of Fame, shortstop and third baseman, Mr. Rico Petrocelli. And Rico, thank you for joining us on Sunday Sports Buzz.
Well, I'm happy to join you. I tell you, it's been a long time since I played, but I follow the game, and naturally the Red Sox, and I'm hoping that they play this year. Some people aren't, but I hope they play.
I'm a huge baseball fan, so obviously I'm hoping. You've been busy since your you had a broadcasting career. You've written a couple of books. What are you doing in these days? Are you enjoying your retirement finally?
Well, I'm playing some golf, and I'm still involved with some volunteer stuff. And I do a radio show on Sirius XM and a collectible show every Wednesday. So I keep busy.
You do keep busy. Hey, why don't we jump down memory lane? I know a lot of our listeners were excited about you coming on. You came into the big leagues. I think you came in first in 63, but really for good in 65. And your final season was 76 after that 1975 Wild World Series against the Big Red Machine. What was your greatest memory of baseball?
Well, being in the World Series, there's no doubt about it. 67, we played a great Cardinal team, and Bob Gibson, of course. And I don't think I've fouled a ball off him ever. But, yeah, I mean, I hit a couple of home runs in the sixth game of that series. That was a big thrill. 75 was a great series. Just being in it, in the series, that's what the player, after getting established in the big leagues after a couple of years, maybe a couple of good years, and then now you want to get to a World Series. I mean, it's that ring, and it's the prestige of being in there and the thrill, and of course that's what we all wanted. But unfortunately, in my era, Carl Yastrzemski, we just fell a little short and played some great teams, though.
Oh, you definitely played some great teams. 1969, you really had a breakout year. 40 home runs, you hit 297. I mean, that you had great years, but that really seemed like you hit your stride as a hitter.
Yeah, everything. I tell you, the ball looked like a balloon coming in. I just it's hard to explain. I went to spring training, and I felt great. Talked to my teammates and hit a few home runs in spring training, and just was like a happy guy. Didn't let tough days bother me. And I just said, hey, I got to be me, and whatever I do, I can't try to be like somebody else. That really helped me take the pressure off, and I just said, I'm going to do the best I can. And, maybe being relaxed really helped see the ball better, But all I know is every time I swung the bat, it was just a shot somewhere. And it was one of those years, and the ball, was carried well. And also, it was a expansion year, too. So I faced a couple of younger pitchers who really couldn't get their breaking pitch over, but not that many. But it was just one of those years. It was like I was shocked myself. I mean, I thought I could hit 25 home runs in the big leagues, and that was going to be the maximum, I thought. But boom, 30, 40 home runs, and 29, 28, and wow. So they moved me over to third.
Well, this is Sunday Sports Buzz, and we're talking to Boston Red Sox legend Rico Petrocelli, running down some memory lane. And Rico, I worked with one of your teammates, George Boomer Scott, when he was managing in the minor leagues. He was quite a character, great guy. You talked about Yastrzemski. Talk about some of your favorite teammates that you had.
Well, I got along good with everyone. One teammate, Mike Ryan, just passed away last week or this week. He was most of us came up to the minors together, whether we were a year apart, or different classification, but spring trainings, we got to know each other. George Scott was the best first baseman I ever saw. And I see a few other real good defensive first basemen, but
yes, he did.
He was incredible. I mean, he saved us more errors than we used to give him a gift after the end of the year. Thanks. Oh man,
that's fantastic. How about the toughest pitcher you faced?
My knees are buckling right now. It was Nolan Ryan.
Really?
Nolan Ryan. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't see his fastball. I don't know. You heard the glove. Bang. What was it? Strike. And then I tried to swing in the vicinity. Now, he was 99, 100 every pitch. I mean, if he threw you a curveball, and he threw it at you, right at you, because it was a big breaking ball, you were down. You thought it was going to hit you in the head. So you went down, and you say, "Thank God it didn't go over the plate." And sometimes it did, but he was amazing. He would have won 400 games if he had good hitting teams behind him. He would have won 400 games. That's how good he was. But man, it's tough, boy, tough to hit.
That is definitely one tough guy to hit. Absolutely went on his way to strike out a few major leaguers and lead the way. How about standing down at third base? Who was the guy when he walked in the box? You said, I think I'll take a few steps back.
Yeah, a few hundred steps. Frank Howard. Big Frank. Big Frank was 6'8", 300 pounds, and I want to tell you, when he hit the ball, watch out. So me and the third base umpire, we used to try to hide behind each other. By the time we stopped, we were halfway left field. That's how tough he was. Unbelievable.
That's awesome.
God, he was tough.
Hey, let's go back to that 75 World Series. You were you had another year after that, but
yeah,
you had to feel that team was like a bunch of rock stars in the city of Boston.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a bunch of Hall of Famers come out of that team. Fisk was the best catcher besides Bench that I saw, overall throughout a career. And, we had Tiant, Louis, and, of course, Yaz, Hall of Famer, Rick Burleson at shortstop, the feisty little shortstop. I loved him. And Denny Doyle, Cecil Cooper. Oh, what a hitter he turned out. When they traded him to Milwaukee, I think he had like 350 for the next couple of years.
Yes, he did.
Great hitter. Yep. Yeah, of course, yeah. Anyway, and then Fred Lynn, Dwight Evans, and Jim Rice in the outfield. Yeah. Man, a lot. It was great. It was a great young team. Well, they were young. We had some veterans on that team. And now who are we playing? The Big Red Machine with, of course, Pete and Joe. Just a great team. And Johnny Bench, what a catcher he was and hitter. But it was a great series. It was, it was a lot of hitting, a lot of great plays, a lot of action in it, and it really helped. It was great.
This is Sunday Sports Buzz, and we're talking to Boston Red Sox legend Rico Petrocelli. Rico, guys today would never be with the same team for 12 seasons. What do you think about the game today on and off the field in comparison to what it was in the 60s and 70s?
I don't think you can compare this year with the pandemic here, this virus. It's changed so much, so many things, not just sports. So let's do it before this. Free agency has been, great for the players. But the big thing is the contracts, the TV contracts. They're worth billions of dollars. So the owners, before the gates open, I don't know exactly how much they get. But it's a lot of money, and they were paying the players. It's a different time, The money's there. The TV wants to have the games, and it's just not one station besides ESPN. You got Fox, TNT, and so many. And I think they just signed I'm not sure who it was, $1 billion
yes
contract, but But the owners are making a lot. The players, also are getting their share. And whether you agree with some of the salaries, 30, 40 million a year. But if they bring in the people and they get people who watch, that's what it is. And, fans can't understand it because a lot of us, a lot of fans played ball, whether it be softball, or little league, or anything. Say this is a game, How can these guys get money? But they bring the people in. They bring the people in, and people want to watch on TV. And if they continue to do that, then the players and the owners are going to continue to making the money. Now, being a former player, and I'm in the pension fund, I get a pension from them. Without it, I'd have to go, I guess go to farming or something. I don't know. No, but so it's great in one respect, but a lot of places the tickets have to be very expensive to pay these guys.
Exactly.
So, not easy.
Not easy at all. Rico Petrocelli, Boston Red Sox great. Thank you for joining us on this week's SEFCU Sunday Sit Down. Sunday Sit Down is brought to you each week by our friends at SEFCU. When managing household finances, communication is the key. Start with creating and committing to a budget. Write down the total net income coming into your household and keep track of the expenses and bills going out of your household. If there's someone else involved in the budgeting and spending process, communicate with that person and find out which financial goals you have in common. Check with your financial institution for budgeting tools and other options to simplify your budget. To learn more about developing a working budget, join SEFCU's educators on a live online webinar, Budgeting Basics, How to Grow Your Dough with Personal Spending Plans. Plus, SEFCU's Institute for Financial Well-Being offers more than 15 live online webinar topics through free public and private group classes. Webinar topics are available for all ages and include interactive learning on budgeting, planning, and saving, debt, and investing. For more information, please visit sefcu.com/financial-education or email financialwellbeing@sefcu.com.